Today I'm going to talk about Kennedy Agyapong. He is well known for his fight for Ghana First. Everyone knows his action towards Ghana and everything, but we are going to analyze the type of Kennedy Agyapong we know.
Parliament then, Uremu, and Nini. Sir. Well,
and he has spent 20 years over there. He don't see the difference between now and 20 years ago, because what has changed? Nothing. Give a contract to yourselves and your friends and family members, and then send the money to abroad. Don't care about the Ghanaians. There is no difference.
My ma girls last year too. Omu school no American okay.
God help me, my English is not good. My understanding is very poor. What did he say? He says 2 of his girls finish school, and immediately they finish school, they have jobs in America. So it means their children after schooling, they are not even coming to Ghana. That's what I said before. After sending $80,000 a year to them, money generated in Ghana, money that can develop Ghana better. 2 of them. So imagine $80,000 a year times 2 times 3.5 years, because degrees are 3.5 years to masters, actually 5 years and above. And they are not coming to contribute for development of Ghana. And he says we should take our destiny to our hands. God help us. God help us. God help black man. God, blacks need you. And this is the man we call him hero. And it's not him alone. Entire Parliament of Ghana, all of them, even money they spend on traveling, for medical, for sports activities, for visit, for holidays, is that alone a year can change Ghana. Believe me. And until there's no law, there is no law, or we or the citizens are not going to be furious. It will continue.
My holy book tells us that truth will set us free. But in this world I know different. Do you believe in the truth? Do you believe in righteousness?
I say this to encourage every Ghanaian listening to us that sky is the limit. Irrespective of your color, you can do whatever any white man has done. You need to stay focused and dream big. Now listen, I am going to do this.
Never live in US, but I don't know how the amnesty works. That makes people rich. But I've seen 3-4 amnesty in Italy. I've done it to some people. I heard some people on some documentation, but I've never taken point from anyone. But a white cannot make money in this way. How many whites have you seen to send their people to someone's country to build someone's country and take money from their people and send them out? No, because you need people to make a nation, and you send your people out taking the money from them to go and build someone's country, and you call yourself a businessman or an inventor. This is not invention. This is not encouraging. This is not a story to tell, because this is not a way to be a genius or smart guy.
So through the amnesty program, I made a lot of money. Then US Lottery. US Lottery, I first brought it into this country. And that time, in 1996, I took 557 people.
He brought US Lottery. He brought US Lottery into Ghana. He was the first to brought the US Lottery to Ghana. It's like leading the slave ship to Ghana, leading the slave settlers in Ghana, help them to build their settlement in Ghana, and selling Ghanaians to the slave masters and taking their money. It's exactly the same. There's nothing different. It's exactly the same. So what makes difference between him and Obinna and Nelson Otabel, Duncan Williams, Owusu Bempah, Almighty Owusu Bempah? What makes him different from those people, those criminals? He brought the slave ship to Ghana.
In 1996, I took 557 people, to America. And if you want to do the simple mathematics, the charge was $2,500 per person. Do your mathematics.
Listening carefully, he says he took $2,500 each for 557 people. This is worse than slavery. This is not patriotic. This man need to be sent off from the parliament and let him pay all the money he has invested from the state. We don't need such a person in the parliament, because selling Ghanaians, and today, this is going on today. Today, a lot of people have been sent out by the ministers. The one was the Australian visa 2 years ago, sending Ghanaians to Australia without any future, because you can't make Australia is not like US or Britain or Italy or whatever it is. Australia, if you don't have legal documents, you are going to live in hell. And this is the leader of slavery Ghanaians in abroad.
I had $1,145,000 from the lottery.
You made that much?
Yes, because I took 567 people to America that year in 1996.
This is not how you do business. This is not how you create business. This is a crime against humanity. This is a crime against humanity. This I don't know what type of business is this. Sending your people out from the country and possess their possession, and you call yourself a businessman or intelligent man. This is not a business. This is not a business to be admired. And the Americans did this program to help the poor voluntarily, not coming to force them to go there. And you force them. You did it. You take their money because you'll be in America. You can advise those people, look, we can come together. You have $2,000, I have $10,000. We can come together and establish a business in Ghana to develop Ghana. So what makes you a patriotic? What makes you different from the opinion you are dealing with today? Are you interested in Ghanaians? No, their money.
So when we finished the program 30th, I checked my bank account. I called all the workers, those who helped me, gave everybody $20,000 and pop champagne. That now I can say that I'm a millionaire.
This is not something to be proud of. This is not something to be proud of at all. Sending your people away, because I know how difficult it is to be in someone's country. The culture, the lifestyle, and everything is completely different from what you are used to. And you send them and you are proud and you call yourself a businessman. This is not a business, this is a crime.
Our we are illiterate, sir. Atadia nation that day. That's what Kona Kabaso. Look at it. Now you in Akradam, because of this will be house girl Bina.
How many house girls are there in Ghana? How many are there in Ghana? They are not house girls, they are nothing, they don't have hopeless, they are hopeless, they have nothing. And we voted this man to make them human beings like a normal human beings. And this is how he regards them. This is how he supports the one who's supposed to transform you, sees you as a failure, as nothing, as good for nothing person. Let me tell you, if you see an aircraft, or simple example, a car, without key, the car is useless. Without key, the small key is powerful than the entire car. So no one is useless. Everyone has his capability, possibility. Give that person a possibility. give that person a chance to prove to you that it's not just a house girl, and the house girl also have his position to play, his or her role to play in the society. How can these people help us to come out from this situation if they have this mentality towards those who voted them as a poor? And this is how they respect us. This is how they respect us, because if you are illiterate, who is going to help you to come out from your illiteracy? That is why we voted these people. Australia bring 20-something thousand refugees every year. Whenever they come here, when the day they arrive, they have school, free language school. After that, they have possibility to go to whatever they want to do, to university level, whatever they want to do. The state sponsor them, support them free. And this is the man we thought he can end our illiteracy. This is how he regards us. It's very difficult to understand, because we Africans today, our only hope is traveling. Our only hope is get out from Ghana or Africa and go and build someone else's country. And that is the only way of surviving the poor ones. So what about if this is the solution? Why don't we call recolonization? Because our ministers are sending us out from the country. Our chairmen and the president and everyone is sending out, taking our money, and then they pop champagne. When are we going to realize that these people don't want us at all? These people are not there for our interest. These people are not there to help us become like them. These people are not there to help us develop. Because after they take the money from us, then they send it out. The little they will generate over there, then they take it and send it out there to their children living over there. So what future is there for me and you? What future lies there for tomorrow Ghanaians? If our only hope is to go outside, who is going to build that Ghana? Who is going to build that country? And this is the people we have voted for. This is the people we put our hope for. This is the people we think they can help us. And this man, let me tell you, opinion have nothing to do with the wickedness in Ghana. The politicians are the worst. Opinion don't have even identity. These are the people.
Obisa said, "Oya bi adwuma, o se adwuma o UP so how?" Ehwana akwana ho for that you body. But you're right, because if I'm paying $84,000 for you to go to UPenn, what ko obi o UPS, what about that?
Oh, na semba na wo.
Sempa na make kira wo. Sempa se
and to patch a teacher to abusuo.
Who ko for UPS?
Teacher need to be wari.
This is very shameful and very disturbing as black living in the white country, because today, 3 days ago, what happened in America, it's so sad to see how human being is being pinned to death. And they're thinking about it, compare what happened in America and what is going on in Ghana. I would prefer that in America, because they pin you, they kill you once, you go. But in Ghana today, killing means softly. You are going to suffer before you die. And this is exactly this. And this is our people. These people are not white. They are black. They are Ghanaians. They were born like we were born. And this is how they regard us, as nothing. They regard us as nothing. Look at the water banks in Ghana. Look at the Ghana rivers. Look at the Ghana surroundings. Look at Choco Bridge. Look at the surrounding, and we have Minister of Sanitation. When they pin you once, like what happened in America, they killed you, you die. It's a suffering, short period of time you die. But these people, they don't see us as human beings, and they are going to, our suffocation is very, very, very long. It will be very, very long because they don't care about our surroundings. They don't care about our future. They don't care about our life. Because the little you have, they'll take it and send you to slavery. And what they will generate, their children, their families. This man says, Kennedy Japan says, he is not going to dress a wound in Ghana because Ghana doctors know nothing. He's an MP. What will make Ghana doctors work better? Law. And these people are telenovelas because he has been in parliament for 20 years. He is in parliament for 20 years. 20 years he has the possibility to do everything. Ask him a single policy a single policy he has done for Ghana to betterment of poor Ghanaians. Just one. No. They are now TV stars. So for the past 20 years, what is he doing? Without Obini, what is he doing? Nothing. So we have no hope. We have no hope. We have no hope at all. Because they don't consider us as a human beings. They don't consider us as a human beings. And they don't care. And that's true. Because their children are schooling in abroad and generating $80,000 and take it to America for your child schooling over there. And remember, he's having 22 children. So 80,000 a year for 3.5 years times 22, because all of it and the fee will be varied. So just imagine the future waiting for Ghana. What future Ghana have?
We should take our destiny into our own hands. We should not always wait for a white man to come and help you. That's very insulting.
And he is very, very controversial, and sometimes I don't know whether he speaks with his brain or not, because you send 557 people to America, and even more, it's more. You send them to America, and you are telling us to take our destiny to our hand. You need people to build the country, and you are sending the people out, taking their money from them and send them out. What destiny are you going to take to your hand? Can you explain this to us?
So I say, well, in my own small way, and I calculate them say $718,000. Anyway, a baby BNA, we can still help. It is around 4 million. Before you say, or man bapa, Yamie Shrami.
If I give $200 to help someone in Ghana in this particular period, you're supposed to give $2 million. So you cannot even spend half of what I've spent to help those in Ghana. And you are calling not even $1 million. $1 million, footballers and the actress and this is that's what they give in Australia, here in America, and even more. But I'll tell you, an Australia who called himself patriotic and rich man, bushfire, he gave $70 million. COVID-19, he gave $520 million. And he gave $400. Same person, he gave $70 million for bushfires in Australia, and he gave $520 for COVID-19. So he's not a politician, and you hardly see him on television telling what he has done. Hardly see him. You're supposed to care for the Ghanaians, not me. Come and see how many calls I receive every day and how many money I've sent. If I send $100, you're supposed to give $1 million.
When Kwesi Pratt, they were talking, and I promised them, I said, listen, before Ghanaians realize I own a quarter of this country, and I'm telling you, if God should give me 70 years, I'll get close to a quarter of good assets in this country. I own a quarter of this country. And I'm telling you, if God should give me 70 years, I'll get close to a quarter of good assets in this country.
In Ghanaians, we need to rise up. We need to rise up furiously, because if an MP is having this intention, it's going to be very, we will go back to worse than slavery time. We'll go back to slavery, and this is a very bad one, because already he has achieved half of he has achieved that already, because today the Gans are homeless. Today the Gans are useless. Today the Gans are the land he possesses in Ghana, in Ghana, Adangwe, from Accra to Adan, is more than entire Ghana people putting together have. And this is the man, and that is his target, and that is his intention. That is his intention. He is doing it very well. So it's time we need to be hungry and annoying and angry most, because we the Ghana, our life will be useless. It's already useless, because you see the Northerners, when we're trying to go to the north, when they go to the north, at least they will find something to eat. Even if leaves, they will eat. In Ghana, what are you going to eat? From Ghana to Adan, what are you going to eat? He took our land. He took our land and sent some of us to exile or slavery. At the same time, the little we have over there, he took it from us. And this is what he is saying. This is agenda. It's not he is saying it, but this is the agenda of criminal Ashantis. This is the agenda of criminal Ashantis, not normal Ashantis. Not normal Ashantis. This is a criminal agenda of the Ashantis. And he is doing it very, very well. He's doing it very well. So if other tribes will be annoying one, we guys are supposed to be annoying 1,000. Because we don't have nothing. Our rivers, our seas, the sea over there is just a ball of plastic and low. If the Northerner go to north, he can cultivate potato, yam and eat. If Ashanti go to Ashanti, he or she can cultivate banana and plantain and eat it. If it will go to Owo, whatever it is, at least they have something to eat. We the guy, where are we going? Our land is taken away from us, and we don't have even land to cultivate a piece of tomatoes. And they don't think about us. They don't think. They don't have. And this is the same people. The man, people like this man. These are the people in the court, high court, police commissioners, the judges and the lawyers. These are the people. So it is time. These people have nothing to offer. They have nothing to offer to any poor Ghanaians. They have nothing to offer.
The day will come that the people that are hungry will come after you, because they are hungry and angry. People are keeping account of your deeds and will be used against you. So the masses will one day rise up and kill all of us.
I'm very happy you are conscious of what you people are doing, and you know one day what the consequences will be. And we are getting closer to that point. We are getting closer to that point, because enough is enough. Enough is enough. I'm telling every Ghanaians. Those over there have nothing to offer. These people have nothing to offer, because if their hospitals are in abroad, their children schooling in abroad, they themselves, they watch, even their sports teams are in abroad and everything is abroad. What are they there for? We need laws. And these people are not ready. What is the difference between Osubempa, Duncan Williams, or Mensa Oteba? Look at all this closure of the banks. People are supposed to go to jail. Mensa Oteba is supposed to be in jail before Obinim. But this man is not interested of. He's a telenovela. And today, television and radio stations are more in Ghana than anywhere else. The television and radio stations are more than the population. And none of these stations are educating people, are thinking about goodness of the nation. dirty politics and dirty churches and dirty manipulation. If you see politicians speaking in Australia, you see they speak with passion for the people. They think about the future of the people, but they are building their wealth in somewhere else. Their children are not coming to Ghana. Believe me, their children schooling in abroad are not coming to Ghana. They will only come to Ghana to come and contest a political position, parliamentary position, ministerial position. They are not there to work for you, or they are steady over there to come in and bring the technology or the idea they have in Ghana, because their parents don't have idea. They don't think of having their children's future in Ghana. And that's how it is.
My ma girls last year too. Omu we school no America na no mo adwuma. Okay.
His daughter of her daughter schooling in abroad in America. When that one finished the school, do you expect that one to come to Ghana? No way, because equipment to practice what she has studied over there, she will never have it in Ghana, because the father didn't think of her coming to Ghana. He is preparing her coming to Ghana to come and hold position and take the rest of the money away. So we need to rise up. We need to rise up. It's enough. You are not a Christian. If you are a Christian, fighting for your right is not wrong. If you are sitting abroad and you think your children are safe, so you don't care, it's okay for that. It's okay for that, because this is Ghana is not going to anywhere if you have these people. If you have people, and he is saying it, he's not alone, because all of them, even the pastors, Duncan Williams, you think Duncan Williams don't have house in America? And if someone took $10,000 from Ghana, that person is worse than Saddam Hussein, Bin Laden, Adolf Hitler putting together. That person is worse than these three people putting together. Because $10,000 in America is nothing, Australia is nothing. But $10,000 in Ghana, there are people, someone will call you, we gave $200 cedis to a family member in Ghana, and he was so overjoyed for 200 cedis. And these are the people. These are our leaders. These are the people we have. So it is time. It is time, because none of them, imagine he is spending $1 million a year for his children. He is spending more than that. And there are 200 and something politicians over there, and all of them having their family, and they themselves go to hospitals in abroad. So do you know how much money goes out from Ghana that can make Ghana better than anywhere else? Australia put down $350 billion for this COVID-19, and Ghana went for $1 billion low. Australia put 350. Australia population is 5 million. Ghana population is almost 31 million. Why? Because Australia, you cannot steal $1. They will prison you. They don't care who you are. A house speaker took $5,000. She used $5,000 with the state credit card. She was given 24 hours to pay the money, and she paid the money. She was forced to come and apologize to the Australian people, and she did it. And after that, she was sacked from her position. Opening is just a small, tiny one. Go to the ministers and the excavator, PDS, Maritime Authority, Aboboya. It's a lot. A list of laws. A lot of lists. Corruption. Politicians. Go to them. Opinion is just a tiny one. And opinion is not better. Owusu Bempah is not better than opinion. Owusu Bempah is, if Owusu Bempah is a man of God, then you are sick. And what about the man, Manasseh? If Ghana is a country, if Ghana is ruled by human beings, your station is not having, it's not a judicial or prosecution station. That Manasseh is supposed to be arrested because he also makes the detail he is giving, he's also involved. So that he's supposed to be arrested first. And he's supposed to give the details to the magistrates, not open air. Not open air. He's supposed to be arrested and give the details to the magistrate. And you yourself, you Canada Japan, the investigation you are doing is really wrong because you are not. Where is our CIDs? Where is judicial system? Where is Ghana police? What are they doing? Are they paid for free? Africans, our destiny, we take our own hand, our destiny to our hand. You said it right, but in the different context. We're supposed to take our destiny into our hand because today people we have over there, they are above God. They are above God. They are above God, and the consequence is what we all are facing. The consequence is what we are all facing. We're supposed to rise up, organize ourselves, and face them. We're supposed to rise up. Someone must to lead. Someone have to lead, but the leader should be exemplary and controlled. Not he or she go there and do whatever he or she wants.